And let's get right into some Yeetie. Serena Williams has a 2-book deal.
Oh.
Let me tell you something. Serena is always going to be able to tell her story from her point of view, like so many different facets of her life. But it's going to start with an intimate and open-hearted memoir. She did this deal with Random House Publishing, and she'll open up about everything from her childhood, her early tennis training. A lot of that was in the movie King Richard, but this is from
her point of view. Okay,
exactly.
Yeah, I love that.
And a lot of the obstacles and setbacks that she endured. The book is not yet titled, no release date yet. But she said, for so long, all I was focused on was winning, and I never sat down to look back and reflect on my life and career. Over the last year, I've really enjoyed taking the time with my growing family to celebrate my accomplishments and explore my other passions. I couldn't be at a more perfect place to be able to take on such a personal, intimate project. So shout out to her.
Can I just say, and this makes it a little shallow on my end, I know she's not going to talk about this, but I would love for her to talk about dating Drake in the book. I would love it.
And Common.
I mean, yeah, wouldn't that be juicy?
Oh, and remember she also dated the producer, was it Brett Ratner?
Did she?
Yes, I have a funny story about that.
Okay, tell me some other time. Okay.
All right, well, look, you want to tell all, basically,
I do
is what you're saying.
Yeah, I do. But good for her.
But yeah, and I love Serena Williams. And then she has a second book that's also entitled, it'll be an inspirational work. And, they also announced that she'll be offering rules for living that draw on her experiences as a philanthropist and advocate.
Okay, good. Good for her.
All right.
She's a businesswoman
now,
for real.
let's discuss an issue that happened with Glamour magazine, Glamour UK. They incorrectly put a quote from Leanne Pinnock in their interview with Halle Bailey. So it was making the rounds that she announced that she was pregnant and that she was married to her boyfriend, DDG. I think you have the part of the article where people thought this was an interview with Halle Bailey, but it was really an interview with Leanne Pinnock.
Right. So the quote was, being a mom, being newly married, there's all the positive side of it, but also the negative side and how we've got to where we are. I wanted to show that although things might look perfect from the exterior, that's not always the case.
People thought this was her interview.
Well, because they had a picture of Holly.
It was a mistake. And so they did have to retract all of that and let people know this was incorrectly quoted and placed with the wrong person that they were interviewing.
Woo! I sent it to you like, oh my God, and she's married.
I know. You were like, we got to get this story up on the Jasmine brand.
I was.
And then I was like, now, wait a minute. All right. And 4-2 Dugg was released from prison on Monday. He served 6 months behind bars. And in his first post-prison photo, you see him with Gotti, and they're both holding up their middle fingers in front of a fleet of cars. He was sentenced to 1 year in prison for failure to report. This all started with him catching gun charges back in 2020, and he spoke about the horrendous conditions that he was facing while behind bars. He said he was required to heat up his food with water from the shower. He had put out, ain't no microwave, I can't get no visits from my family, nothing. I'm sure they're going to do some more illegal-ish, but what I'm supposed to die in this be for probation violation. And that's why prison reform is important. And if you guys recall, during that time, Gotti also offered $2 million for any lawyer who could get him out early. So, looks like he's out. So congratulations. After 6 months, he is home.
Okay.
All right. Well, that is your Yeetie. And when we come back, I want to talk about something else that's going on that I think this is going to end up in Yeetie, but it's also something really important to me. This is the first project that I have executive produced, and it was for a really good friend of mine, Jennifer Williams. We actually go way back. She's from Basketball Wives. She also went to high school with me.
Oh, wow.
And I also was in her first wedding.
That's your friend. Okay.
Yeah, that's my friend. And so she got scammed. She was dating a guy, and he stole her Range Rover.
Sheesh.
So we're going to tell that story, but I want you guys to understand the whole process of what we went through in getting this documentary done. It's a true story, and it's coming out on VH1. It's coming out on November 6th, and we're so excited for it. We got more on that when we come back. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.